Namaste everyone, I'm Dr. Amit here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Dr. Amit Official. So in our last video from our cardiovascular series, we talked about septation of atrial chamber from development of heart. Now we are moving forward in development of heart, and today we will talk about uh, septations of ventricles. So let's start our lecture on septation of ventricles. So before moving forward in the lectures, let's understand this picture first, okay? So in this picture, we can see that this is right atrium, this is left atrium, and this is right ventricle, then this is left ventricle, okay? And this is muscular part, okay? This muscular part is the muscular ventricular septum, okay? The septations between the two ventricles, okay? But this part is opened, okay? And this is called as, in this part, there is no septation. This is called as interventricular foramen, this part, okay? And these two, okay? These two are atrioventricular canals, okay? These atrioventricular canals is actually the communication, okay, or we can say that passage between the atrium and the ventricles, okay, upper chamber and lower chamber in the developing heart, okay. Now we'll see the second picture. So in this picture you can see that this outflow part, okay, in this outflow part, this part, okay, this part is aorticopulmonary septum. It's actually the septations between aorta and pulmonary, okay. So this is a septation, okay, and this is same the muscular part, and this is atrioventricular canal, okay, and this is interventricular foramen, okay. And this is your last picture, okay. In this last picture you can see that this is a muscular part and this is a membranous part, okay. Now there is no communications between the two ventricles, okay. Now here is has been membranous ventricular septum has been developed, okay. Now we'll talk about all these things in our lecture. Now we'll talk about all these things, okay. So over here it's written muscular interventricular septum forms, and opening is called interventricular foramen, okay. The same thing now, okay. The same figure I have shown you before, okay. This is this blue part, okay. This is the muscular interventricular septum, and this opening between the two ventricles is called as interventricular foramen, okay. The second thing is aorticopulmonary septum rotates and fuse with muscular ventricular septum to forms membranous interventricular septum closing interventricular foramen. So what's saying over here is that we all know there is a septum between this, okay, aorta and pulmonary artery, okay, this outflow tract, okay. So this septum actually rotates, okay. Suppose this is a straight, okay, now this will rotate, okay, rotate like this, okay. And so this outflow tract, okay, this aorticopulmonary septum will rotate like this, okay, and this will fuse with this, okay, this will fuse it with this muscular interventricular septum and forms this membranous septum, okay, a membrane, okay. This is muscular part, but this is membranous part. How this membranous part formed? When this aorticopulmonary septum rotates and fuse with this, okay, this part, this muscular part, then this membranous part formed, okay. Now what's is telling over here the growth of endocardial cushion. We all know there is an endocardial cushion between atrium and ventricles. So growth of endocardial cushion separates atria from ventricles and contribute to both atrial septum, the septations between the atria, and membranous portion, okay, this membranous portion of interventricular septum. So the endocardial cushion we talked about. So in our previous video in septations of atria, we talked about these endocardial cushions between the atria and ventricles. So we are talking about these endocardial cushions, okay. So this, the growth of endocardial cushion, okay, the growth of this endocardial cushion will separate this atria, and also it forms the membranous part, okay, this membranous part of the ventricles, okay. So now in short, sometime MCQ asked from this part, that muscular part, okay, this muscular part developed from cardiac muscles, okay, the cardiac muscles is from this muscular part. This membranous part, okay, the membranous part, this part, okay, will develop from the endocardial cushions, and the bulbous part will develop from neural crest cells, okay. We'll talk about this now. Now let's talk about the outflow tract part, okay, the bulbous, we'll talk about bulbous part over here also, okay. So we all know in the very first lecture I told you that that truncus arteriosus, okay, the truncus arteriosus will form the outflow tract part, okay. Now the neural crest cells, okay, in the embryology we know that neural crest cells migration will occur, then truncal and bulbar ridges spiral and fuse to form aorticopulmonary septum, okay. This in the figure we talked about aorticopulmonary septum, the septum between what, the septum between aorta and pulmonary artery, okay. So this neural crest cells will migrate, okay, and will form this trunk and bulbar is a spiral, that will spiral and form aorticopulmonary septum, and that will form ascending aorta and pulmonary trunk. Okay, this ascending aorta and pulmonary trunk. Okay, now we can see in this figure that this is ascending aorta, this is pulmonary trunk. It between them there is a septum which is called aorticopulmonary septum or spiral septum. It's derived from neural crest cells. Okay, now suppose, okay, suppose this part, okay, in this part this aorticopulmonary septum will not spiral. Okay, if it's not a spiral, then what will happen? Okay, so if due to failure of suppose these neural crest cells will fail to migrate, or then if no spiral will occur, then transpositions of great artery, because when a spiral will occur, then this ascending aorta will go to the left ventricle part and this pulmonary trunk will come to a right ventricle part. Then if a spiral thing will not occur, then transpositions of great artery means the positions of great arteries will be different. Now what happen if there is absence of this spiral septum? What happen if there is no septations in between? So suppose if there is no septation, then there will be only one pipe over here, only one outflow will be there. Then it means persistence of truncus arteriosus. It means truncus arteriosus will not divide into ascending aorta and pulmonary trunk. Now the third thing is, what if this spiral septum, okay, this spiral septum will have anterior displacement, okay, then the tetralogy of Fallot will occur in a patient. Okay, so these are the important parts. Okay, from the aorticopulmonary septum or we can spiral septum, what are the, it's a clinical correlation. Okay, so what happen if spiral septum will not spiral, or if there will be absence, or if there will be anterior displacement. Okay, now we'll talk about the valve development. Okay, now we'll talk about aortic and pulmonary valve. Okay, so it is derived from endocardial cushion. Okay, we all know the endocardial cushion in the previous speak. Okay, and that will form this outflow tract. Now talking about the mitral and tricuspid. Okay, so there will be mitral valve in between left atrium and left ventricle, and tricuspid between right atrium and right ventricle. So that will form from what, this we know, this atrioventricular canal. Okay, these two canal will form this mitral and tricuspid valve. Okay, so derived from fused endocardial cushion of the atrioventricular canal. Okay, now what will be the valvular abnormalities? Okay, so one may be stenotic, means the valve will get very close. Okay, it will be stenosed, or one thing will be regurgitant, that the blood will go backward. Okay, then tricuspid atresia can occur, then abstinent anomaly or displaced valve, that the tricuspid valve will come little bit downward. Okay, so these are the abnormalities. We'll see in further lecture also that what are the valvular anomalies. Okay, and this is how this if this spiral septum will not spiral, or will absent, or will have anterior displacement, and this part will show this. Okay, and from this figure we can understand that how the ventricle septations occur. Okay, so this is all about ventricular septations. I hope you will get you can solve all the MCQs from septations of ventricles. Now we'll again meet in next lecture from the cardiovascular series. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe my YouTube channel at the rate Dr. Amit Official. Thank you.